Hey guys, it's Jade here with Tell Your Truth. Welcome back to my channel. This is just a really short little video introducing my series of videos where I am going to give you guys a recipe to make a tarot pouch like this one. I'm gonna eventually do a series for a knit pouch as well, but that one might just take a little bit longer. So, but a couple of things that I wanted to talk about before we finalize or before we get into each of the videos. This is a really long I'm not even going to call, so this is a recipe that I'm going to be giving you because you're going to tailor the specific pouch to the specific deck that you're going to be working on. Okay, so that's the first thing. Secondly, this is not a tutorial where it's it's a set of instructions, but I'm actually crocheting along with you. So it's in multiple parts. We start with just doing the base. I'm sorry, I'm still a little bit sick and I still have this cough going on, so I'm going to try to cut out all the coughing. Anyway, so the first video will cover the very basics. So, deciding what style you want to do, whether it's going to be the style where the opening is at the top of the deck, so you're inserting the deck vertically, or whether you want to do it envelope style, and I'll show you I'll show you an example of each of those. We'll talk about the yarn and the type of fabric. We're also going to talk about the difference between knit and crochet stitches, because I don't think everyone necessarily understands or can tell the difference between something that's knit versus something that is crocheted. So we'll just go over that briefly. We are so we're going to start with that. Then the next video will be building the walls, and then carrying up all the walls, if I can put it that way. And then we're going to get into the types of closures. So I'll give you some examples of different types of closures that you can do. And actually, so this is the actual pouch that I'm working with you on. And you will notice, if you come back to this video after you finish the last video, you will notice that I actually did rip out what I had previously and redid the flap because it was just going to irritate me otherwise. And we'll talk about closures. This is actually a different closure than even I talk about in the video. But I've decided that this is, I think this is the one that I like the best. So anyways, we'll get to all of that. Okay, so it's four or five videos, and you'll have to hopefully you crochet along with me. They're long enough and rambly because I'm talking as I'm crocheting, and so I'm hoping that it's a bit of a crochet along. So please do join me. I would love to hear if you do decide to make any one of these. Please comment down below. Let me know. Post your pictures. If you do a video, then please tag me on it so that I can see, because I would love to see the different products that people are making. What else do I want to say? I said it's rambly and not efficient, and that is again because I'm crocheting right along with you. I'm not a teacher, okay, so I don't I didn't, this is not a like cut and dry, okay, do this step, this step. I'm actually doing it along with you, and along the way I make mistakes. Especially you go on autopilot at a certain point, and so I left those in there, and I'm actually showing you how I deal with those things. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of confidence if and when you do make your own mistakes. So it's a show and tell is what I was trying to say, I guess. recipe and show in a show and tell format, because I'm actually giving you the instructions and doing it with you. A couple of other things. I'm not an expert crocheter by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, so I have crocheted a lot of things, but there's, you know, my crochet skills are pretty rudimentary. I've done a lot of things, but they tend to be fairly simple items. And you know, I'm sure there's better ways of things. There's things that I have no idea how to do. So for example, if I show you this one, this is gross. I do not like, the reason it looks weird is because it's where, you know, I can't, I'm a way better knitter than I am a crocheter, and I don't know how to make decreases look good in crochet. So it looks weird. It doesn't look as weird on this side. Yeah, so I you know, I make mistakes, and I think I watched a few other people crocheting. I think I may also crochet backwards. I don't know. So this is not the technique to teach you how to crochet. There are a ton of videos on online on YouTube where wonderful people like the Crochet Guy and the Crochet Crowd have amazing videos on teaching you to crochet from the ground up. So I just want to mention that piece. Also, the last thing I wanted to say is about the yarn. So what I would personally recommend is that you use something that has wool in it, okay? And the reason is wool is much more forgiving than an acrylic like this. Yeah, it's also a lot. I'm trying to see if I can find it here. Just give me 1 second. This is a linen, and I don't prefer this. Okay, so both the acrylic and even more so the linen. Well, first of all, linen just hurts my hands. Same thing with cotton. There's just no give in them, right? They're plant-based fibers. There's no give. It hurts my hands, but also any inconsistencies that you have are going to show. Okay, so whereas if you're using something that has wool in it, then it's going to be it's going to look wonderful once you wash it. Wool has this wonderful property. It stretches, it evens out. Once you wash and block this, actually I haven't even washed this yet, the fabric is going to even out very nicely. With the acrylic, I mean, you can use whatever you want, right? Like I'm just giving you this is just my personal opinion. I don't like acrylic for a number of reasons. Again, it's going to show whatever mistakes you make. And also it gets really super fuzzy. I don't know if you could tell here, but okay, this is brand new. I haven't even used this at all. And it gets crazy fuzzy. If that's a look that you like, then by all means, you know, go for it. They're not all the same. This is a different acrylic that I used, which has some sparkle in it. And it is in much better shape. It's just, again, like, you know, if you make a mistake, I was lazy and I left this in. I made the base a little bit too big, so you can see that in there. But if you make a mistake, you know, if you're using wool, you can fix it. If you make it a little bit too narrow, you can block it so that it's a little bit wider, and it'll stay. Or if it's too big, then you can probably throw it in the dryer for 10 minutes and it will shrink up very nicely, especially if you're using something that has something that's superwash wool. Anyway, so that's just my recommendation. You can do whatever you like. You may have different opinions about acrylic versus yarn. I am a yarn snob. I'm not gonna lie. So there is that. Okay, so that's basically it. So I really hope that you crochet along with me. I hope you like these videos, and I'd love to see the final results. Okay, so we'll see you soon. Bye.